Here's to a victory, so fight, 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 fight!
Continuing coverage of Ball State football here on Ball State All Access. First time we've done one of these this year, the return of the Coordinator's Corner, and we start on special teams. Pat Dougherty joins us as the Cards get set to take on Western Kentucky. Justin Lustig and I had many conversations on these about the likes of Bernard Reedy and Dree Archer, and celebrated the fact that they are now gone and in the NFL. Yep. And now we get Western Kentucky, and you get Towner and Fant. What are you guys in store for back there?
Well, I mean, their numbers kind of speak for themselves, you know, and you got two guys that respectively finished in the top 5 in the country last year in kick return and punt return respectively. It's you know, it's a heck of a challenge, you know, and you know, we got to make sure that we are on our P's and Q's in the kicking game, you know, by controlling, you know, our kicks and getting down the field and doing a good job of not giving them a bunch of space to work, you know, because they're obviously very talented and there's no question we have our work cut out for us.
What do they do in particular on kick returns? Towner sets the FBS all-time record ever for average last year. I think he had 3 over 70 yards and I think 10 over 30 yards. It's something ridiculous with the consistency. How much of it is him? How much of it is scheme? How much of it is those in concert together?
Well, you know, in all kickoff returns, you know, it starts with the returner. You know, I mean, he's a special player. He makes full speed cuts. When he makes a cut and makes a decision, he hits it. He's decisive. He does a really good job of setting up his returns and setting up his blocks and doing some of those things. So I think it's a combination of the two, you know, but I think at the basis of all good kick returns, it's the guy with the ball in his hands, you know. So, you know, they do a nice job blocking for him. They do some nice things schematically, but he's just really special, you know, in the way that he can make full speed cuts, and I think he just got a knack for setting up his blocks and hitting seams when he sees them.
How much do you have to be on your P's and Q's as well? Coach New was talking about he saw film where somebody squib kicked it and the up man pitched it back to him, just to be aware that no matter what, he still may end up with the ball.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we've been stressing to our guys is they can't relax. You know, just because you see the ball didn't end up in his hands off the kickoff doesn't mean it's not going to end up in his hands. And I think we made a big deal about, hey, you know, getting to the football and having a pack mentality and the way you pursue and everybody getting there and keeping, obviously, you know, the buzzwords, keeping leverage on the football, things like that. So, you know, it's definitely this week. It is an 11-man team effort to stop this guy, to stop the return units. Everybody's got to be on their game and make sure that we're doing everything we can to get them on the ground.
Special teams is special because so often you can tailor specifically to one guy. You have to be worried about the returner. But on the same token, how much of this this week is game planning particular for what you're seeing versus just being attentive to what you normally do?
Well, I mean, I think you always, you know, I was talking to some of the kickers about this. I think you always, you know, have things that on offense, defense, whatever, that are wrinkles that you put in from week to week to try to deal with what the opponent gives you. But I think anytime you get too far away from what you normally do, you create indecision on your own team, you know, and that's what you don't want. You know, I think our best chance is to do what we do and go out and execute, and our guys, you know, they're going to know what they have to do and they have to go out and execute. And so I think it's a combination of the two of, you know, you got to every week mix what you're doing to kind of fit your opponent, but you don't want to deviate so far from what you normally do that it slows your guys down.
Pat, appreciate it. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
It's the Cardinals in Western Kentucky. Special teams will certainly be a key Saturday night in Bowling Green.